good afternoon, and welcome. Welcome indeed, yes, to another edition of Titans Talk right here on the Mark Moses Show as we talk all things Eastern Florida athletics. And right now, we got to get ready for some March Madness with the basketball program. Coach, he is nodding in approval. He is ready. He is head basketball coach Zach Ferrell. My man, how you doing today?
Yeah, doing great. Doing great. Really excited to get to Niceville next week and try to win 3 in a row, and excited for where our team is at. And man, best time of year, March.
You're absolutely right. It just got announced earlier today. You were telling me this before we came on. Your opponent, state tournament, taking on Daytona State next Wednesday, March 11th. We'll start there. Then we'll recap some of the season. What are your thoughts on this matchup 1 week out against Daytona State?
Absolutely. So like this state tournament, our region has to be considered one of the best. 6 of the top or the 8 teams in it are in, arguably the top 30 in the country. We are the 6th seed and drew the 3 seed Daytona State. So a conference foe that we've already played twice this year, split in the regular season. They got us at their place in our first conference game of the year, and then we got them at our place in a great overtime game. So a great opponent, a team that's been in the top 25 all year long from the very beginning. Daytona was the number 3 preseason ranked team. So definitely a great opponent for us, but one that we're definitely excited about.
That is interesting from the standpoint. You said you played them twice. How are you going to talk to the players over the next week or so? Hey, we know them. We know what to do. Like, how are you going to try to attack this?
Absolutely. I think our guys are motivated. They're excited to finish out the year. They've come to know, Daytona. The first time we played Daytona was so early. It was our first conference game. And then they were hungry and excited to get them back. And that was a huge win for us in our season at our place to get them in overtime. And one that I think really gave our team confidence in some ways that we can play with and beat top 25 level teams. And so there's a confidence I think that we have, but also just a tremendous respect for Daytona and what they've done. Daytona's won 4 straight regular season conference championships in our conference. So tremendous respect, and it'll draw a great focus from our guys this week.
All right, let's go back to the regular season finale, which just happened this past Monday. I still don't believe these stats. You beat Polk State on the road 119-92 in a 40-minute college basketball game. Were there any stops in this game?
Very few. Very few. Well, it was a very contrast to our game before, and I'm sure we'll talk about that. But it was really good to kind of end the season on a high note. Been a tough year for Polk State. Their coach resigned and right soon after, and it was a tough year for them. But we really needed that to go into the postseason play feeling good after Saturday. And it was awesome to see guys see the ball go in the bucket, and it definitely went in the bucket on Monday night.
Did you get a couple buckets in? Because that's a lot.
I tried. I tried to spot in the corner there for a little bit, but they never swung it to me.
It's okay, Coach. You bring up, all right, this is very key, because since February 1st, you guys lost 1 game, all right? And I believe that game, going over my stats here, lost to St. Pete, what was it, 64-55. What did you take out of that loss? Because I know you're still thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, that one certainly stings. If we had won that game and won Polk, we would be co-conference champions right now, with FSW being upset on Monday. But we averaged 92 points a game. We scored 55 in that game, but it really kind of showed some places that we know we need to be better. And for our guys, we think it's really going to be one of those wake-up calls where, hey, if you play bad, you don't come with it, you can be beat by anybody. And there's some things that we need to be better at, and that we will from that game and knowing. And I think that it'll prepare us and help us be better to win these 3 games and get a chance to go to Hutch.
All right, I'll just be honest with you then. You look at this game, you said you guys average about 90 a game. They completely shut you guys down. What were they doing in this basketball game to shut down your offense?
They really were out like more physical and tougher than we were on both ends. They went to the offensive glass crazy hard. We turned the ball over way too much and kind of let that go, and then kind of just let missed shots spiral us in a way where we got tight, and I think we got to a point where we just were hoping that the shots would fall and we'd be able to win the game. But when they didn't, we missed a lot of free throws in that game, and it just wasn't a good night. And we let one thing lead to the next, and we let one mistake turn into another one, and it just kept us from being able to do what we needed to do to get that win.
You bring up the idea like, hey, if you win that, there could have been a chance to be co-champs, but in a way, all right, and you could disagree with me. Is it better to get your head kicked in like that in February before postseason? Is it better in that moment than here in March to lose that type of game?
When we're cutting down, yeah, I think when we're cutting down the nets next Saturday in Niceville, I'll be like, yeah, that we needed that. We needed that. It helped us. It focused us. It prepared us. I think I would rather have maybe clinched the conference championship and
I
then
agree.
had that. But any loss, you learn so much more through losses because of how it highlights the stuff that you need to improve on and just grabs the attention, especially of young men. And so we will certainly use it. And it showed on Monday to make us a better team.
You bring up the state tournament. All right, you have a week off. You know the
Mhm.
opponent. You win that game. I know you don't want to look ahead. Is it hard as a coach where, all right, you know the opponent for a week, but then the next day you gotta try to coach get someone else. How hard is that as a college basketball coach?
Yeah, it's tough. I think our guys and us, it's focused on, matchup number one. But as a staff, you prepare to win the whole thing. So you have a plan to prepare for any opponent that you might face. Now, thankfully, our next opponent after Daytona, one would be one option is someone that we've played 3 times this year. And so we have already the prep for that is significantly done, and so that you can focus on the next one for that prep. But as far as just with our players and as we prep, it's a one opponent mindset, and we'll take it one day at a time. And this year, the men's tournament, falls where we play day one, we're off day two, then
Huh.
we play back to back. So we kind of get the bye day, so it's not 3 days in a row like other years.
This is your first year on the job here at Eastern Florida. Again, 23-7, 12-4 in the conference. Are you happy with how the season has gone? Forget postseason, regular season. Are you happy with how everything went?
For sure. Of course, like we would have wanted to been conference champs. I think there's some games definitely that we lost that we really feel like we could have won and we could have been better. But certainly very, very grateful for what the staff has done, for what you know, our players have done, and so very proud of that for sure. And very like 23-7, 12-4 in the conference. Been a great year, and hopefully we can go and put an exclamation point on it in state tournament.
Coach, how was sophomore night a couple days ago when I know you're losing some of your players? How did that go for you as a program?
Yeah, great night. Played Indian River for the third time at home. Really played one of our best complete games there. And so it was really good to kind of give those guys a final game at home where they really excelled, had a comfortable win. They did well. Our sophomores did well. And, we had one this is his third year here, and others that have just been here 1 year. But it was great to be able to kind of send those guys off on their final junior college home game.
Do you look back reminiscing last summer when you took the job? You had to tell some of those players to buy in or recruiting. Are you going to look back at that as well when you look at this team?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, it's crazy how fast it's gone, like, just I was just in here with my one of my assistants talking about, there's been times like maybe in the last couple of weeks where it's felt like, holy cow, this is
Yeah.
been a long 8 months. But then today, like you're sitting here today getting ready for the state tournament next week, and it's almost as if, wow, where did the time go? I can't believe it's already here, and it's been an incredible ride, and very thankful for it.
How's recruiting going? Or are you just worrying about the state tournament right now, Coach? We need to know.
Yeah, I think most of my focus is certainly on the state tournament. We have a board, we're working with guys, we're working on guys. But I think the focus will shift after the season to that. But right now we're trying to win one game at a time and 3 in a row next week and get a bid to Hutch.
Okay, today is Wednesday, so go over the schedule if you can, Coach. Are you having practice in the morning, afternoon? How's this going to work leading up to next Wednesday?
For sure. We're going to kind of we practice kind of midday every day. So we'll keep that schedule. We were off yesterday after Monday's game. We'll practice around 11 or so each day. We'll practice Saturday morning. We'll give the guys off Sunday. And then Monday, it's kind of, here we go. We'll practice and then hit the road, headed to Niceville. But we'll try to keep our same, daily rhythm with 11 o'clock practices and our same weight room rhythm to kind of keep things just as consistent as possible for our guys. And then once Monday hits, we'll get going in the morning, and then we'll head to Niceville.
You are in the zone. You're ready. You're ready to play tonight, right?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
I know you'd be ready. Coach, thank you so much for coming on today. Good luck there at the tournament next week, and I hope I can get you on again. All right?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate it.